Now let's study bacterial nutrition. So bacteria, they show different types of nutrition, as you can see in the flow chart. Bacteria can be autotrophic or heterotrophic. Autotrophic bacteria, they can prepare their own food, and heterotrophic bacteria, they depend on other organisms for food. So the autotrophic bacteria may use the solar energy to make its own food. Then they are called as photoautotroph or photosynthetic bacteria. But some bacteria can use only oxidative chemical reactions to prepare their food. They are called as chemosynthetic or chemoautotrophic bacteria. So different examples of chemoautotrophic bacteria are sulfur bacteria, nitrifying bacteria, iron bacteria. They all utilize the energy of the chemicals for preparing their food. Then we can see there are so many heterotrophic bacteria: Clostridium, E. coli, green non-sulfur bacteria. They all are the examples of heterotrophic bacteria. So parasitic bacteria and saprophytic bacteria are the two main types of heterotrophic bacteria. So they cannot prepare their own food. They have to depend on other organisms for food. So the bacteria that derive nutrition from other organisms are called parasitic bacteria. Most of the parasitic bacteria are pathogenic on animals, humans and plants and cause many diseases. So Salmonella typhi, it causes the disease typhoid. Likewise, Clostridium can cause the disease food poisoning. Likewise, there are so many other bacterial diseases. So these bacteria that derive their food from the dead and decaying organic matter, they are known as saprophytic bacteria. So these saprophytic bacteria, they secrete enzymes in the environment. Then they break down the food into simple compound and absorb. You can see here the Zygomonas, Acetobacter, Bacillus. These are some of the examples of saprophytic bacteria. Now let us study bacteria on the basis of their respiration. So bacteria can be divided into two broad categories on the basis of the respiration. They are aerobic bacteria and anaerobic bacteria. Aerobic bacteria are further divided into obligate and facultative aerobes. So the bacteria that respire only aerobically and in absence of oxygen, they die. They are known as obligate aerobes. So they do not survive in the absence of oxygen. Bacillus is a very good example of an obligate aerobe. Now there is a very confusing word called as facultative aerobes. Facultative aerobic bacteria are mainly anaerobic, but they can survive in the aerobic conditions also. For example, you can see most of the photosynthetic bacteria, they come under facultative aerobes. Now we come to the obligate anaerobes, the bacteria that respire only anaerobically are called as obligate aerobes. So the most common type of obligate anaerobic bacteria are Clostridium botulinum. They are mainly present in tinned food. So that's why if tinned food get expired, the number of these bacteria increases very fast. There are bacteria that mainly live in aerobic condition but can switch over to anaerobic respiration in required circumstances. Such bacteria are called as facultative anaerobic bacteria. The example of facultative anaerobic bacteria are Clostridium tetani. It can actually live in aerobic condition but can survive in anaerobic condition also. Let's now study bacterial reproduction. Now, in the process of bacterial reproduction, the first type and the most common type of reproduction is binary fission. So, bacteria first increases its size, the nucleus divides, the cell elongates and begins to pinch off, and then the two chromosomes move apart, the cell wall grows to fill the pinched gap, and then this results into the separate identical cell. So this is called as binary fission. Okay. Now you can see how the binary fission is taking place. One bacteria divides into two, then 2 into 4. So you can see this is the doubling of bacteria. So initially its growth is so less, but later on it becomes. Now we will study the sexual reproduction in bacteria. The first type is conjugation. In conjugation, there is F positive having plasmid, and there is a bacteria which lacks plasmid, that is called F negative. So F positive is considered as male and F negative female. So there is a bridge formed, that is called mating bridge or conjugation bridge, through which the plasmid from F positive moves to F negative, and F positive bacteria makes F negative also F positive. So this is a conjugation. So conjugation is the most common type of sexual reproduction in bacteria. Then there is another process that is called transformation. It is also a process by which there is an exchange of genetic material. But here the bacteria takes the genetic material from the environment. So this is a basis for genetic engineering. So when the bacteria takes the DNA from the environment, it gets the new characters from that genetic material. So many bacteria like Streptococcus pneumoniae, Haemophilus influenza, they show transformation. So transformation is also a very common process. Then third process is called transduction. Here bacteria changes the information, that is genetic material, with the help of the viruses. These viruses, when they attack the bacteria, they take up little genetic material from the bacteria, and when they attack some other bacteria, so these viruses, which are called bacteriophages, they pass on the genetic information to that bacteria. So this